Welcome to Big D, Dallas, Texas, and the house the Pony Express built. Dickerson and James and SMU hoping to restore the glory and get things started in this one. Houston ready to boot it deep and get this game going. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. So SMU's offense takes the field to start this game off. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
Couldn't connect on first down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 24. He's looking to throw. He's got his man.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. The defense takes matters into their own hands.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
7, SMU, 0.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Fires into traffic, picked off.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
First down here for the offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Makes the grab. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. The Cougars want to pick up the tempo. Leaves it with the running back. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. This offense has a 2nd down play.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went.
Oh, it's loose. And the defense grabs it, and they're taking it the other way.
It's raining in this game. It's making the football slick and slippery. You know ball security is going to be a massive issue. Both coaching staffs have preached about that to their teams in the locker rooms before taking the field. And these guys really need to do a better job of holding on to the football.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Here they're trying to get it to the edge. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. It's on target and complete. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. And the Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. They get him down. Tough run, picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Buys a little extra time. He got it, and he will score. Touchdown, SMU. He'll try to tack on one more. And it's perfect. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, it has gone final in that top 25 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Colorado went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters there in that 4th quarter. Total destruction by the Buffs in a statement win if there ever was one. A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Caught behind the line. It's Rojas. Houston wants to play fast.
Yeah, you see they keep creeping the running backs out in the flat, and right there, he slips them out to the right, gets him the football quickly. But this defense, man, I tell you what, you talk about speed, seeing things, reacting, and going and getting them on the ground. Really nice job.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Looking to scramble. Crosses the 30, he's got away. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Nice job, nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after it. And they got him for the sack. Houston sends the punt team onto the field.
And these edge rushers, man, they're so athletic nowadays. They can get to the quarterback, bend that corner so quickly, get him on the ground before he knows what hits him. How about that defensive end, that speed off the edge?
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. As the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He makes the connection. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. Quarterback empties his backfield. Going up top on first down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, the offense very fortunate to fall on that football. The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. Buys a little time with his feet. At the 40, there he goes.
I'll tell you what, man, this guy bails out his offensive line a lot. We've seen it over and over. Protection isn't always perfect, and he's just got the ability to scramble and just to create and extend plays. Wasn't able to get the first down there, but look at the situation now he's put his offense in. He was able to get a nice chunk of yardage back to make this decision on third down for the play caller a whole lot easier.
Really tough run there. He got 4. That'll leave him a yard short on fourth down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. The give on fourth down. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
And your decision to go for it on fourth down has a lot to do with your kicker. How strong is his leg? Some of these guys nowadays, they can boot the ball 50, 60 yards, no problem. Do I believe in him or do I go for it? And they believed in their offense, they went for it, and they got the first down.
Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They have set the tone in this one already inside a minute to play in a wild first quarter. Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Quick pass on the jet motion. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
Just flip something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. First down.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. They can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the returner will be knocked down. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Here's the handoff. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. That's caught. It's Rojas. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Houston going up tempo. They'll throw on third and short. And the pass is picked off. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception. A first down for the offense. Give to the single back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
On second down, wants to throw it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Snyder. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to bully their way for the first. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
Makes the catch and knocked down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
They'll pull him down after a pickup of 5 down to the 23.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, third and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. And he was looking into the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Missouri just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to victory. And that's really the standard there in Columbia. That's a tremendous fan base, and they'll enjoy this one all week. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. So they'll try to make up some of that ground on second down from the 16. The sweet feet buy a little time. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. And this crowd is losing it, frenzied after the back-to-back sacks. Third and long coming up. Feeling some heat. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down. Houston will be forced to punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
They'll throw it on first down. Going for it all. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. It's pretty clear he didn't care about the double coverage. He thought his guy was better than their 2 guys.
Well, and there's reason to think that. That dude's a stud, and I understand it. I want to find ways.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And for the second time in this game, he'll try to knock through a field goal, this one a 41-yarder. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And that lead grows even bigger. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
On second down, looking again to throw. Quickly complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Houston wants to play fast. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And here comes the punt team. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Dave.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the foot.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it's intercepted. A turnover from the defense. Got room on the return. And after making the interception, a terrific return to put his offense in great field position at the 42.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. Keeps the legs moving. Snowed under by the defense. It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. They get to him as he throws. Got his man to the left. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. The Cougars getting set on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. They're bringing heat. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Never a doubt.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have run a better route.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. Pressure coming. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defense doing a great job watching the quarterback's eyes and breaking on the ball. They already have 2 picks in the game, and they swat that one away. They are doing an awesome job in coverage.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Getting some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. The Houston offense comes onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into half.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, SMU. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. He'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the 2nd half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the 1st half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone inside that stadium in Dallas to take a deep breath and kind of digest what we just saw.
The Mustangs will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Houston offense once again. They start this 3rd quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like,
and a sack all the way back at the 5.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet in my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
They'll come to the line and try to get out of this mess on 2nd down from the 5. And the defense holds firm. No. Every journey begins with a step. This offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position that...
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. He rifles one deep down the right side.
You know, as a quarterback, the worst thing you can do when you throw a go route is overthrow it, because the only thing that can happen is an incompletion like it did right there. The best thing to do sometimes is to underthrow, because your guy can come back, make the catch, or fight through and get a pass interference penalty.
And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Trying to get to him. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. And the Mustangs send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. You got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Houston going up tempo. He wants to throw here on second down. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. And you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
Gets it out quickly. Across the 25, he's got room. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through to completion.
You want to have a lot of success on defense, make the quarterback feel uncomfortable. This defense has been doing it time and time again, and you can tell this quarterback doesn't have a plan.
Second and 10, he'll throw again. Gets rid of it. This time it's complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Houston is moving it quickly down the field.
Yeah, and I love running my tight ends across the formation. Just big targets that I can find a way to get the football to. Nice snag, nice little positive game for my offense.
And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Quick tempo here for the offense.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Oh, so close to paying off the tip. Really had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete. Went up top on second down. That leaves him needing a yard here on third down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. A famous writer once said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a... They got him! It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on down.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on fourth down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for him.
Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Handoff to the single running back. At the 45 on his way. He's now up to 83 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. They'll give it to him again. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They go to the ground. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his target down the middle. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Defenses throughout the week study every third down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown Mustangs! And the beatdown has ensued. On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They march 72 yards, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Houston offense comes onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Houston will be forced to punt. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
He rifles one deep to the left. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown, SMU! And the stomping has commenced.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Touchdown, Mustang! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
They'll run it from the gun. Danced his way through traffic, pick up a 4 to the 19.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Cabrera. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Slips through the line. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. One final play before the end of the quarter. He'll come out throwing on first down. He unleashes a long one. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. Touchdown, SMU! And the punishment has been extended.
Every time you speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative, exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again. And with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about set to kick it away.
Set to kick off.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the Houston offense once again. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Coming after it. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
And that's the exclamation point right there. It's been a bad day, man. This offense, they're going to have to find some answers over the next couple of weeks, especially the next week at practice, of who they are, what their identity is, because is struggle around and now give up points.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. At midfield, he's got room. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. The give to the tailback. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. So his field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the returner will be dragged down. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs! That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
You didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They'll start this drive with a pass. They're trying to get to it. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Short gain on the play before he slides. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Houston will be forced to punt. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes a move. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Looking to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and short from the 43. Back to throw, it's Hankerson. Working that left side now. He's loose. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. The Mustangs have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. Touchdown, SMU! And the route is on. This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
The Houston offense comes onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of the season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
The offense lining up for a 1st down play. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disrupted. They've been all over the field.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This all.
Can anyone catch him? He's at the 10. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
And you want to put a winning streak together like this team has? Run the football and create explosive plays. Nice job by the offense, showing the speed. How about the blocking up front? Everybody blocking, getting it.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, This is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash.
And a sack all the way back at the 5.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their...
It's another safety. Can you believe this? Second of the game.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
After this, it'll be a wrap. The quarterback takes a knee. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish